Welcome back to CTV Morning Live. We are paging Dr. Paul, and really interesting information as we're just sitting here chatting before in the commercial. I can't tell you the last time I went through my medicine cabinet and figured out what was in there.
That's right. That's why we ask, what's in your medicine cabinet? People don't realize that, actually, I was telling you off air, 60%, actually 2/3 of all admissions to the emergency room in kids for overdosing medications are because they've accidentally got into their parents' medicine cabinet or grandparents' medicine cabinet or medicine, hanging around. And what people don't realize is that even over-the-counter medications, Tylenol, aspirin, vitamins, cough syrups, if too much is taken, you can have problems. And actually, people don't even realize that expired medication. This also, if I take the expired medication, big deal, it's not going to work. Well, certain medications like tetracycline antibiotics, for example, actually are more harmful taken when they're expired because they can cause kidney damage. So people should know that. And the other fact is that 25% of teenagers actually have reported stealing their parents' medication to get high or to have a party.
There's a great advertising campaign about that in terms of what's happening to those pills. But this is something that, how often should we actually then be going through our cabinet? Because the expiry dates in mine are probably really frightening.
Well, that's the thing. I think you should be, you check your fire alarm on a regular basis. Every 6 months, maybe a change of the season is a good idea. It's not really a frequent, there's no set regulation or recommendation. If you do it regularly, and if you haven't done it in a while, now is the time to do it and get rid of it. Now, how do you get rid of it? Don't flush it down the toilet. Don't put it in the garbage, because if you put it in the garbage, people can scavenge it, especially if it's a narcotic medication. If you put it down the toilet, it actually harms the environment and the ecology. And so, speak to your pharmacist. In Cornwall, we have a system that people can drop it off. It's called MediDrop, and hopefully that'll expand sort of within the Eastern Ontario area. But the main point is that don't take it for granted that what you have in the medicine cabinet, even if you're a grandparent and you got kids visiting over, they can get into that, and even if it's harmless medication, over-the-counter medication, and even if it's expired, if they take too much of it, can damage your child, and it could actually be a hazard for pets as well.
So you have to be careful then. So you take the effort to go through the medicine cabinet, and then you think you're going to be throwing it away. You actually have to really consider how you're going to be doing that,
That's
even if the kids or the animals or anything are going to be going through.
Exactly. Speak to your pharmacist or speak to your doctor, whatever you speak, get rid of them or return them back, etc. The point is to be able to know that it is a harmful, potential harm. And obviously, if you have medications that are not expired, make sure you keep them well out of the reach of children, because like I said, the majority of hospitalizations that we see in children who have accidentally overdosed medications is because they've gotten into their parents' or grandparents' medicine cabinet or in their parents' purse. We see it all the time where the parents leave it lying around. They've overdosed on anything from heart medications to vitamins to Valium and so on.
I mean, you're seeing this in the emergency room.
Oh, we've seen this.
How serious? There's a variety of whatever the medication is in there, but depending on how much they've consumed.
Well, you know what? Even iron, even if a child overdoses on vitamins with iron, that could be very dangerous to the child. It could be toxic to the heart, toxic to the liver. We have seen children nearly die, and actually children have died from overdosing certain medications, if they're toxic medications, heart medications, certain asthma medications in the past. And so we have actually seen these, and we've actually had to treat these children. These children have come into various states, depending on what they take, of course.
Right.
But you don't want to take that chance. And like I said, very often parents say, well, I didn't realize that this medication was unsafe because I bought it over the counter. And that's the point. Even over-the-counter medications, vitamins, and those type of things, if you overdose on them, they can be quite dangerous and toxic and even deadly.
One thing to do is to check that you've got the safety measures in place, especially when you've got younger kids, when you have teenagers as well. Be sure what you're watching and how much, can you notice when things are disappearing?
Well, the thing is, keep track of it. Sometimes you forget, but if you keep track of medications, if you've got a prescription that's for 30 days, for example, all of a sudden it's the middle of the month, you've got none left. Well, and then you haven't taken them, somebody has. So make sure that you keep that in mind, especially if you have teenagers. And like I said, teenagers have been notorious. 25% of them say that they've actually stolen their parents' or grandparents' medication. Most of the medications are, morphine-type medications to get high or to have a party. And, there's rave parties where they actually share the medications, which is obviously, you don't know what you're taking, and it's not a good idea. But again, check what's in your medicine cabinet.
And also talk to the pharmacist, especially if you're looking to discard some of the items. I know you have a great program that's in Cornwall. It's not quite here in our city yet. So talk to your pharmacist to how to dispose of some of those. Always great information. Thanks so much.